everyone, welcome back to Sunday Reset with Reema. I'm so happy to have you here. Today we will be discussing about financial freedom, where we will be diving a little deeper into side hustles, multiple stream of income as well as passive income. Remember, I'm not a financial professional. This is just how I would talk to my friends about money from my viewpoint and from my understanding. With all that being said, let's get started. Sunday Reset with Reema, episode 23, Building Financial Resilience, Creating Stability and Abundance Through Side Hustles, Multiple Streams and Passive Earnings. Some people say that money can't buy happiness, and some people say it is everything. I think most of us fall somewhere in between. We wouldn't go so far as saying it is everything, but we know it is an incredibly important factor of happiness in many ways, and there is nothing wrong with admitting that. Ultimately, think what most people really desire is the comfort and the freedom that comes with having money. Of course, we all want the ability to meet our basic needs for things like food and shelter, but we also want to be able to live somewhere comfortable, to do nice things for ourselves, our families, to have something in savings account, to go out to eat, to take a few trips, and be able to walk away from some bad offers or bad situations. Actually, there is a saying, when you understand money, I can give you $1 million and you will turn it into 10 millions. But when you don't understand money, I can give you the same million and you will be broke again in a year or two. It's never about the money, it's about the mindset, and that is why money is important, and that is why understanding money is even more important. In certain society, it's when it comes to source of income, having just is way too close to having none. You don't want to be, one layoff, one economic disaster, one accident away from being left with nothing. You want to put as much room as possible between you and financial despair. As we really start to understand the money, we realize that it's simply a tool for life. Money impacts where you can afford to live and therefore how relatively safe you are. It affects the healthcare services that have access to legal protections that you can afford, and just how much stress you are under when it comes to basic needs being met, which can affect everything from your mental health to your weight. Getting your money right really allows you to enjoy life and live on your own terms. For these reasons and more, our financial stability, financial literacy, and financial independence are some of the most important and necessary elements for a truly secure life. Never let anyone shame or ridicule you for seeking out that security, because we absolutely need to feel safe and secure. I will always reiterate that money isn't everything. Of course, I'm sure we all have met or heard of people with tons of money who are absolutely miserable. But that doesn't negate the fact that lack of money is a huge source of stress and suffering for many people. I will also keep saying, don't just focus on getting more money, but also, getting more knowledge. Because if you have the knowledge, no matter what happens, you will always be able to make more money. I also have to say that I completely understand that not everyone can pick up a side hustle right away. Life goes through seasons, and you may be in a season of life where your day job is too hectic and side hustle would lead to a burnout. Maybe you're currently caring for your sick spouse or relative. Maybe you have a newborn baby and no free time either way. I get it. You are not at a place where you can take on a side hustles for additional income right now. Just listen, watch and think about what it is you could see yourself doing when you are ready. That way you are ready to start, you are already having the plan. So when thinking about making your money work for you, I really like to simplify it and use the term dead-end money versus multiplier money. Dead-end money is the money you spend you will never see again. For example, if you have 5,000 rupee bill and you spend that on a cute pair of shoes or dinner with friends, that money dies there. It's a dead end. So if you take the same 5,000 rupee bill and use it to buy candles, t-shirts at a wholesale price and then resell them at a markup to rupees 2,000, and then that 2,000 rupee bill was multiplied. Therefore, it was a multiplier money. That's a very simple example of making your money work for you or using the money that you have to make more money. So in finance terms, this would line up closely with the concept of spending, assets versus liabilities. Very simply, assets put money in your pocket while liabilities take money out of your pocket. Of course, not everything is that cut and dry. We don't need to completely vilify dead-end spendings. Some dead-end spendings are necessary and some dead-end spendings are worth it. For you, a night out with friends can be downright therapeutic and never ever regretted money spent on a vacation. The experiences, the rest and rejuvenation that leaves me so refreshed and keeps me from getting burnout is worth it. To me, the takeaway here is you just need to remain aware and keep tabs on whether all your money is disappearing down the dead-end revenues, or if you are making a conscious efforts to use at least a portion of your income as a multiplier money. So simply put, are you using any of your current money to make more money? So focusing on using more of your money as multiplier money or money that gets you more money and more assets can really help open the doors to you developing multiple streams of income. And multiple streams of income simply refers to having more than one source of income. So it means that you have more than one way to take or make more money. So you are receiving capital from 2 or more sources weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, etc. So if you work a day job or a 9 to 5 job, you have one source of income. Okay, so if you work on a 9 to 5 job and you rent out a room at your place, or you have a separate rental property, you have two sources of income, which puts you in a multiple category. So having multiple sources of income is important for so many reasons. Of course, having additional money increases your standard of living and just makes a day-to-day living easier. So it gives you the security and the cushion that if anything were to happen to one source, you can still maintain your standard of living, or at least keep your head above the water. It also allows you to deal with unexpected expenses that comes up. It is rumored that most millionaires or high earning people have 7 streams of incomes. So continuing in the vein of changing your mindset, you have to drop the idea that side hustles or additional source of income are only for those who have fallen on hard times. Because when a lot of people think about on a second job or additional work, there is a tendency wow, things might be bad for that person. So thinking that way will only keep you confined at the mercy of one source of income. Look at the athletes that make millions a year. They could easily just cost on that, yet they seek deals and endorsements because they know they can't play their sports forever, or if they get hurt or at any point, they capitalize while they are healthy and relevant. So think about the actors that comes out with clothing lines or fragrances. I don't know when Kareena Kapoor last came out with a movie, but I just brought a cute pair of athleisure on her name. And do I need to remind you about Rihanna? So with not only a successful musical career that she could have lived off quite comfortably, but she also went on and created a lingerie company and a cosmetic company that took her from pop star icon to launched her into a self-made billionaire status. You see, side hustles don't just give you extra money, they give you freedom. Pursuing her side hustles gave Rihanna the freedom to comfortably step away from music and the grueling touring schedules for 7 years, because it wasn't her only source of living. It wasn't her only source of income. Having a side hustle may be what keeps you from having hard times, or allows you to make the decisions you want to make. If you lose your job, or if you have something to keep your head above the water, or if your boss is acting up, you have options. So if an unexpected expenses pops up, you got it covered without going into a risk. A side hustle can also be what gives you the extra funds to reach a goal faster, to pay off debts, invest more for higher returns. So as we mentioned, to splurge on a little outings and vacations and have experience you may or might not have been able to otherwise. So instead of viewing side hustle as something reserved for when things are uncomfortable, realize they can also be used as a tool to make life much more comfortable. To drive it home, absolutely everyone can benefit from having more than one source of income. Whether you can make 20,000 a year, 100,000 a year, or 100 millions a year. So if that entire income is tied to one source, one incident can make it all disappear. So now side hustles can be broken down into two categories: active versus passive income. With active income, you have to keep working or remaining active in order to receiving the income. So passive income usually requires upfront, and then after being established, it will continue to generate without much work on your part. Let me give you a quick example of active income versus passive income. So let's say you sell a handmade jewelry or handmade soaps. So that would be your active income. You would have to make that jewelry or soap in order to make that income. So with active income, you have to keep providing your time, service, or product to keep earning the income. And now let's say you sell a weekly meal plan or workout printable. So you will have to put in the work to create it only once, but after that, anytime someone comes across, they will be able to purchase it without any further work from you, even if you never make another printable again. So that one can keep selling and bringing in money. While you are asleep, someone is in different time zones or on the other side of the world can discover it and purchase it. It's never sold out, there's never back orders. You can keep making money on that principle for as long as you have it available on the internet. So after the initial work of creating that principle, making it available and promoting it, the income process becomes relatively passive. While we are on this subject, I also want to say that don't underestimate the value of convenience. I know a lot of women sometimes wonder, why would people pay me for something they can do by themselves, like creating a meal plan or a workout routine? Simply put, because people like routines and step-by-step instructions they can follow. The convenience of not having to rock your brain to come up with ideas from the scratch is quite valuable to many people. If you think about mom of three who works outside of the home but still wants to cook a healthy meal for her, having a step-by-step game plan that removes all the guesswork and tells her exactly what groceries she needs, what to make each night, and how to make meal ahead of time could be priceless for her, and totally worth whatever you're charging for. So you can sometimes use your side hustles to fund your bigger dreams too. Okay, now that we have laid down these foundation, let's get into the actual side hustle ideas. I have broken them down into this time around based on how quickly you want to see money coming. So as we get into the list, keep in mind that side hustle options are out there vast and can vary from literally selling bottles of water to buying and flipping properties. So today we are going to focus on some options that are somewhere in the middle options, where I wanted these to be easy to jump into and be something that anyone can start right today. So side hustle is one that's already been around forever, but in this digital era, this digital aspect to it now that allows you to reach more clients than just people in your immediate circles, and that is tutoring. You can tutor children or adults on any subjects that you have knowledge in all of the school subjects, as well as preparations for standardized tests. There are the big ones for children. You can also teach languages and preparation for grad schools, entrance exams, or other professional exams are a big ones for adults too. You can also choose to be a blog writer, a graphic designer, a virtual assistant, online support, a video editor, a voice actor, and so much more. You can set your own hours and prices based on industry standards, your experiences, your reviews, and how in demand your service and continuing in the digital dream is. You can also sell your own digital products like ebooks and printables, and there are many different ways and places to sell an ebook. So another side hustle you can take a class or get a certification for is about proofreading. So with this one, you're basically checking the documents for spellings, formatting errors, and you will be using specific symbols to make those corrections. I actually did some legal proofreading when I was in the university in UK as a part-time job, and it was a great experiences. Certifications is absolutely not necessary, as pretty much all the places test you before hiring you anyway, but they like to see a certificate or know that you completed a course, and you can proofread in all sorts of industries like legal to medical to publishing, etc. So another side hustle I remember is content creation. I think quite a few of the ladies in our community are getting into content creation economy. Now creating content takes minimum 3 to 12 months is a kind of minimum amount of time to start seeing a money. In some case it can be quicker, in some case it can take longer than that. It depends on things like your topics, niche, and the kind of audience you attract. So each platform kind of has their own rules and setups. YouTube, for example, has specific requirements to get monetized. Then from there you can make money on each video. So building up these platforms also opens the doors to sponsorships and affiliate marketing, which we will get more into when we dive deeper into all digital and online options. So these are some of the side hustles, just to give you a well-rounded gist of what's out there. Now that we have discussed these actual side hustle ideas, I also want to point out that you can have what I call related or unrelated stream of incomes, which are separate stream of income in the same industry or separate stream of income in different industry. Sometimes you eat and sleep and breathe your own field you're working in, and you want to be steeped in it 24/7. Sometimes you want to break from your main field and you want to do something that finds you more relaxing and lets you express your creativity or just a different side of yourself. For example, if you are a lawyer, you can also provide legal templates and legal information bundles online, or you can do, you can be a lawyer and do makeups on the weekends or shoot engagements or bridal photography. So if you are a nurse with a 3-day-a-week schedule, and you can make a nursing channel to discuss importance of certain women's health issues or most common issues of expecting moms or whatever you are specialized in, or you can make wedding cakes or party favors or on your off days. So related stream or unrelated stream, it's totally up to you. You can also create several streams out of one stream of income. You can make money doing basically anything. A major thing to remember is this: you don't want to overwhelm yourself while creating your stream of incomes. You want to focus on getting one stream solid and running smoothly, and then adding in the next streams. Now that you have watched this, I want you to absorb it, rewatch it if you need to, and then think about it if there's anything you heard that you can see yourself doing with. Some graduated at the age of 22 but waited for 5 years before securing a good job. And someone became a CEO at 25 and died at 50, while another became a CEO at 50 and lived up to 90 years. Someone is still single while someone else got married. Obama retired at 55 while Trump started at 70. Everyone in this world works based on their time zone. People around you might seem to be ahead of you and might seem behind you, but everyone is running their own race in their own time, Do not envy them and do not mock them. They are in their own time zone and you are in yours. Life is about waiting for the right time to act. So, relax. You are not late, you are not early, you are very much on time. I want to plant seeds and inspire further, whether you are with a full-time job or a stay-at-home mom or a student or an entrepreneur. I will leave you with these thoughts. Until next time, bye.